Now that we've added draft to our part, this is a split draft, so it's the parting line is in the middle. You can see it's drafted in two directions. We're ready to make a core and a cavity. The easiest way to do that, I'm already in ordered mode. Once you're in ordered mode, you cannot transition back to synchronous or you'll lose what's in ordered, um, because ordered is always calculated after synchronous. So we can use the ordered mode to create the core and the cavity. That's no problem. We'll just go into the home tab, and underneath this add body button there is add body, because what we're going to do is we're going to add a separate body for the core and the cavity. So I'm going to click add body. It's going to bring up a dialog box, design body 1. I'm going to call this the part. And then for the new body name, I'm going to call this the core. All right, notice that the part became translucent. Okay, so that's no longer the active body, but I don't see a new design body called core. It doesn't actually create that design body until you create some geometry. So what I want to do here is extrude. Extrude works a little bit different in ordered mode. You click on the plane because it's going to be at the parting line. I'm going to click on the plane, and then I'm just going to sketch a rectangle by center, starting in the middle. I'm just going to come out here. Let's make it 110 by 110. And then we'll accept it, and then it automatically then goes to the extrude step, and we're just going to extrude down, and let's just go 20 millimeters for the thickness of our core. And the color set to red. That's okay, we'll leave that red. And so now what I want to do is I want to subtract the part from the block that I just created. So that's under the same area under the add body. One of the options you have is subtract. So if you read the prompt, it says select the target, which is the red block, accept it, and then what is the body that, or the tool body that we're going to extract, which is the part, and accept that, and finish. And now if I hide the part, you should see that it's cut into our core side. Okay. All right, with that said, maybe we want to change the color so that it's all red. So we'll go back into our part painter and we'll go to red to make it match. Body will overwrite all style, so it replaces the green faces. And so there is our core, and we'll do the same thing to create the cavity. And so now we're ready to create the other half. So we'll turn our part back on. We're going to create a new part in place, so we're going to go to add body again. It's going to bring up the dialog. The new body is going to be called the cavity. And then again, same exact workflow as we'll do an extrude off of that same face. If you don't want to sketch the rectangle again, you can use the project to sketch command. Pick the edges of the previous block so it's the same size. Accept it. This time we're going to extrude up. There we go. Let's change the color. So we'll go into view to, let's finish the extrude first. And then we'll go into part painter and we'll change this one to maybe the cavity side here, yellow. And just like we did before, we'll hide the core. Cavity is active, so we want to subtract from this block. We want to subtract the part. Okay, exact same workflow. So now if we hide the part, there's the other half of the mold. And again, we could use part painter, overwrite styles, and there's the two halves of the mold. Remember, they're drafted in, there's different draft angles. One was 5, one was 2. So in this case, you couldn't use the same one twice if you're going to maybe 3D print this, you'd want to use the two together to create the mold. And so that's as easy as that. Now you're ready to actually publish those as individual parts. So underneath, let's go ahead and save this first. And then under that same area, you have multi-body publish. And so you have your part, you have your core and your cavity, and an assembly of the two. It will create all those files for you. Just click Save Files. You can see it creates linked files. So this is the master. These are linked files. Any changes you want to make, you make here at the in this part file, and then update those linked files. If you close this, you will see in your recent documents, you'll find your core and your cavity. If you open up one of those, if you want to see what it looks like, there is our part. You can see that it's ordered, it's linked to that design body. Turned off the wrong thing. Coordinate system and the reference planes is what I was trying to turn off. There we go. And you can see that it's linked. You can break that link if you decide you want this to be an individual part, and any changes you want to make. You want to actually make it this level. There's an opportunity to break that link. So here's where the link is, and you can just uncheck link to file, and it will become its own thing and not be linked. But here you can go add, if you need to add some bolt holes or whatever you need to add to this, you can do that right at this level as well. It just adds on adds on more features. So that's how you create a mold from a part.